go make money.
Today's episode of A Couple of Bettors is brought to you by Moneyline Limousine Services. Whether you find yourself in Sin City or you're a Vegas local, choose Moneyline Limo.
Moneyline, it's all about the vibes. Take your friends around in style in their newly updated party buses.
Whether it's a hotel or the dinner reservations on the Strip for a wedding, pool parties, corporate event, or our personal favorite, a ride to a sporting event, Moneyline has you covered.
Visit their user-friendly site at www.moneylinelimo.com to book your sick ride today.
Mention Couple of Bettors podcast, receive 25% off of any ride that's 3 hours or more. All right, let's move on to today's episode. What's up, everybody? Couple of Bettors coming at you. Episode 34. We have a few guests in town here. Well, some in town already. Some came to town. We got Moose over here and Monkey.
Birthday boys.
Birthday boys this weekend. Both of them, not sure how old was it? Late
35.
30. Oh, okay, 35. Not so sure about that one, but knew them both for a long time. We got a college wrestler over here who's been out in Vegas for a long time, dabbles in the betting of the sports. That's why we got him here. Want his opinion on the action. We got a college football player over here. Gonna let you guess what position. Not corner, not kick returner. You take the guess on that one. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, happy to have you, man. I can't wait to have some fun this weekend and win some money.
Well, let's clarify, though. This is a Dolphins fan.
Ooh.
We are all enemies. This is a Giants fan. He's just sad.
That's true.
It's an awful season.
Yeah.
But we do have DeVito.
Yes.
So there's
Danny?
hope. There's hope.
DeVito.
Danny DeVito's going to be back there.
Oh, no. I mean, this is a weird thing. So out of all of us.
It's Tommy DeVito, by the way. Danny DeVito is the actor.
Danny DeVito sounds better.
Yeah, it is more fun to say.
Well, who's the happiest out of our team position right now?
Well, I feel like it's got to be me.
Yeah, he's going for the
We
draft
have the
pick.
best shot at the next great quarterback.
And who is the next great quarterback?
Well, I think it might be Drake May after Caleb Williams' little meltdown of crying on his mom's shoulder after he lost.
Not good.
It wasn't a good sight.
Look. Not a good look.
Not a good look for your quarterback.
That won't stand up well in New Jersey. I'll tell you that.
So,
Yeah. Well, all right. So you're in the running for a draft pick.
and the rest of you are just kind of
Middling along.
pretending like you're still a playoff team.
Right. We're all lurking, as they put it in Good Morning Football. We're all lurking.
Well, you guys are like, they talk about fraud alert, right?
No. They said he's the fraud alert. I'm lurking. You're just, there's no shot.
But
That's really how it is.
That's coming from the Bills fan, though.
Right.
yeah, but no game this week.
Bye.
We're on a bye this week, and we needed coming back from Germany. That was a tough loss out there, but I was happy. First time the Dolphins defense was all together. They shut out the Chiefs in the second half. So we gotta move on that. Tua still hasn't proven himself as a big game quarterback, especially on the road against big teams. So we definitely need the week off.
Yeah, it's true. It's a weird one. That was what we always talk about. Like if you're going across overseas, when should you get there? When should you not? Dolphins went early.
Yep.
And then the Chiefs went late on Friday, and they came out and it was 21-0 or something. It was like
Right
what
off
the fuck
the
was
bat.
that?
It just doesn't apply to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, there's no rivalries.
All the little get out there early.
What about the flu game? He had a flu and he lost against the Broncos.
It's a divisional game. Doesn't count.
Until he's divisional games. If it was up to him, everybody splits division games.
Home
right?
underdogs
By 3.
all day long.
So, you got to bet the home underdog. Divisional games, if they're more than 4,
Yeah.
get the points.
Well, we'll see how that lines up this week. So we're not going to go, let's face it, not doing You Got Vegas this week. We're going to go hopping in right away, and we're just going to start out with how did we do betting last week. Obviously, these guys are excluded from this one, but if they want to chime in on any of the bets that they won or lost, I mean, for me, my story was I bet too much on the Falcons. That was my lock of the week. I had a nice bet in, and I felt good about the amount of bet I had in. And then I doubled down right before the game. That was a mistake. So, I mean, the one thing I did is I was betting against Jaron Hall, right? I was like, they were throwing the rookie in for the Vikings. Exactly. Yeah, and I literally said last week, we could pull back. I said, you're going to throw this guy to the Wolves against that Falcons defense. And sure enough, on the first drive, they concussed him. And they got to put Josh Dobbs in. The guy looks like a superstar. Fucking shit. My bet seemed like the thesis was good, but I didn't think about how Josh Dobbs.
So you pretty much learned the offense in one day.
Yeah, I mean, they were saying, they were talking through stuff on the side, like in call timeout on the sideline. Like, look, we're gonna give me one of these guys. You know, like the in the huddle. You give me one of these guys.
He doesn't even know anybody's names.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a problem too.
So what does that really say about the Falcons? Don't bet the Falcons.
No. The Eagles were a close one though. Came down to the last play of the game by 1 yard, and they covered. And thank
That
God.
was fun to watch in the casino. Everybody
Yeah.
just flocked to the last couple minutes just to see what happened. I also failed, and I had to fail in person with the Giants money line bet versus the Raiders. That was just
Yeah, that wasn't good.
hard to watch. I learned that went out the window within the first 10 minutes when Danny Dimes was going.
Any times down, done for the season.
Yep, I
Never-
was in on that one also.
You were bet them?
I took the Giants and watched them sit down twice, got sacked, and then that's it. ACL, done for the year.
Terrible. We were thinking about this, like, you know, you bet the game, and then you watch in the beginning. Daniel Jones was in there. It's not like they were doing that good. But then he goes down, and you're like, wow, we need Daniel Jones in here, right? I mean, like,
It feels weird to call him Danny Dimes.
It's ironic. You used to say that. It's
last
just
snap.
ironic.
Was that the last snap as a Giant?
I would say no.
He's just going to be a backup.
I think he'll be the backup. He'll do kind of what they did with Eli, depending on if the rookie is ready to go or not. Then, maybe start a few games, but they'll be a top 5 pick, so that guy's probably need to start right away.
Yeah, they signed Eason, apparently, to the practice squad. Jacob Eason, remember that?
I don't even know who that is.
I
I thought
think
who was it? Matt Barkley. I thought they signed as the backup.
He's the backup, but the third string guy,
backup. To
the backup to the
the
backup.
backup to the backup. So the fifth string quarterback.
Was Eason on Georgia or LSU? Who was Eason?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, he's bouncing around on practice
Straight
squad.
off the couch. That's what he's going to be.
Yeah.
I think there's still a small shot Tyrod could come back in
for the playoff run?
maybe the playoff run or the last 2 or 3 games of the season or something.
I don't know if you know
anything
anything about Tyrod, but I do. He gets hurt consistently. He'll come in for 2 weeks and then he'll get hurt again. I feel bad for the guy, but that's what happens.
Yeah, and then I don't want to talk about it. But there was a
Yeah,
certain
okay, yeah.
team
You lost on
Sunday-
the Bills because the
Sunday
Bills.
Night Football.
Okay, first of all, though, nope. The Bills got 2 shitty calls not called against them or for them in favor of them. They definitely did not have intentional grounding on Josh Allen.
That was weird.
We all looked at it multiple times. Doesn't make any sense. And they didn't call tripping on Kincaid. Fucking bullshit. No one even gave us makeup flags. Awful. I'm sorry to these two because they were with me while I was watching that game. I was a horrible, horrible human being to be around. Bullshit.
As per usual.
Yes.
I'm gonna confess one thing. I didn't say it that night, but I bet 3 units on the Bengals.
So, have you ever
So
seen
it's your fault. This is your fault. You're jinxing
I want to
me.
say that game was over after the first drive.
No.
They never had a shot at coming back.
I'm not watching any more football with this
Did
one.
you see the
No
intentional
more.
grounding though?
No.
The intentional. It's on a deep ball. The receiver goes,
We're not
and
watching
Allen's
football.
in his throwing motion, and the guy cuts the route off, and the ball goes deep, and then the refs call intentional grounding.
Yeah, that's,
I've never seen that before in my life.
Me neither.
I'm like, what? It's miscommunication.
Yep,
like
that's it.
And like Allen's come off the bench, like that's fucking bullshit because he's like, that was just a bad play by us. Like he knows it.
That was a bullshit play.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it had that much of an effect on the game, though.
Bill's
Oh,
got to
dear
figure some
God.
shit out.
Takes me back to the Eagles-Dolphins game. A lot of non-calls, a lot of non-holding calls. It's been odd this year with the refs.
Takes me
Wait,
back
what
to-
was it?
Takes me back to the Bills Giants game when that defensive
Oh,
back
Jesus
climbed
Christ.
up Darren Waller and there was a no flag on a pass interference.
But Moose is right. That all over the NFL, there have been these crazy not called calls or calls that shouldn't have been called. It just doesn't make sense. These refs are like way into themselves, looking to throw flags or not. Like it seems like they're betting. We have no idea. But if you ask pretty much anybody, they've got some story of how the refs fucked them.
I saw a thing. It was like a meme. It was just a field, and there was just flags all over the place, and it says like what it looks like when the Chiefs are down.
That's true.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, that's your fucking league is like on those guys, right?
Yeah.
Like.
All right,
Anyway, last week was last week. Didn't work out. Well, actually, I mean, we're up, hit 50%. Was I 4-2? Yes. Did it also double on the Bills' second half? And actually, they covered the second half. Yes, they did. But this is what we showed you, so only up a little bit on paper here.
Great.
That's my disclaimer.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Not watching Bills with Monkey anymore though.
Stop it.
Injury report. Well,
Can't take it personal.
we talked about it already. Injury report: Daniel Jones out for the season. So that's not great.
Sorry.
Cam Akers for the Vikings. So the Vikings, like, they got Josh Dobbs. You think they're done, whatever. They win the game, but they now lose their running back. So they lost Kirk Cousins last week. Now they lose the running back that they traded for out for the season with an Achilles. And how many Achilles injuries have we freaking talked about this year? It's like, I think there's like 8 or 10 major players that are down with Achilles injuries. It's kind of an odd thing. Is that like the simulation that we're living in? Is kind of like,
Is it all on turf?
not all of them,
No,
but most
yeah,
of
it's
them.
not.
Most of them are on turf.
What's the Vikings quarterback? He was natural grass, right?
That was natural grass. Yeah, but a lot of them were.
A lot of them turf.
A lot of them turf. Yep.
Turf
So
monster.
Well, Debo Samuel is probable for this week. Not for sure, but at least that's a shining star in the little injury list that we got going.
right, and they're playing the Jags, right? Mm-hmm. Got to travel for it. We'll see what happens on that one. A couple other notable ones. Kyler Murray will start, so we'll talk about that game. Yeah, Waller, IR. So the Giants definitely in the tank mode.
He'll probably be done for the season.
I mean,
Why bring him back?
ugh, terrible. And Justin Fields, it's day to day. They won't commit on this guy.
They
You
won't
know.
tell us.
Would you?
Well,
Well,
his thumb
what
is
do you
fine.
do? You think that Bajent might be better?
I mean, could you be worse?
I mean,
How many games has he won?
no, no.
2 in like 20 in the 2 years that he's played? I don't know.
It's true. It's bad.
They're pretty much in tank mode too, I think.
How could you be? You just got the great draft pick. You like how many?
Yeah, but they're going to have 2 great draft picks,
True.
and they're going to take a quarterback, and then they'll take Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good. I mean, his dad was actually a stand-up guy.
Right.
Marvin Harrison. Didn't he get arrested several times?
Probably.
Took a gun collar, yeah.
Yeah.
Great receiver, though.
We don't worry about their history. We
Won
just
a
look
Super
at
Bowl.
what they could do.
He did win a Super Bowl. So did Edgerrin James.
Yeah.
He currently wears gold teeth, and he was just in a video that I saw online with $2 million of singles in his car. He must own a strip club, not sure. But these are the caliber people that Peyton Manning was playing with.
Okay, moving on. That was fun. Next.
All right, let's get into the games.
Yeah, what
let's
people
get into
actually
the
give a
games.
shit about.
First up, Panthers at the Bears.
Speaking of the Bears.
The Bears.
All right, so this one's a little weird, but I'm assuming Fields is not playing. Not that it matters.
Like you just said, yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not. It doesn't matter. The Panthers, they're 8 in defense. I think that they can actually take this one on. They kind of need to too. Like, I mean, they're just slightly worse than the Bears in the record sense. I think I'm going Panthers. I kept saying it to myself. I'm like, I don't know, and I definitely want to put my money where my mouth is. I think they'll cover that spread this weekend. This
Yeah.
Thursday, excuse me. I don't think it's gonna be a fun game to watch. I think it's gonna be boring as fuck.
Speaking of which, I'm on the under on that one.
For that reason.
I think the under should be about 20. The under-over should be 20. I don't know why they put it at 39. And these guys are terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible teams. 2 bad teams. I don't know what to think here. I mean, especially when you got good defense with the Panthers against the Bears, where Bajent the last 2 weeks is 3 picks and 2 picks,
Right.
and they were in games too. It's like
So I think the
not gonna
Panthers
work.
are going to come out on top on this one, just barely. But they're favored by 3.5, so I think that'll cover.
You guys have any view on it?
The Panthers are
Plus,
yeah,
Plus.
so they're getting points, right?
Getting
getting
points.
points. Yeah.
Did you
What
just,
just came out of my mouth, yes.
didn't you just say the Panthers are favored by 3.5?
I thought you did.
Did I?
I don't know. Yeah,
No, I don't
probably.
even know.
That's all right. Either way, I like both your bets. I think those are both the smart bets.
Okay, I like it. Look, the primetime unders. I know that we were talking about them. They hit too much or whatever, but I think this one is actually one where it really should be. I think it should be 36 or I said 20 before, but
Have we checked the weather in Chicago?
I checked all the games. None of the games. There's only 2 games that might have rain or cold or windy. I think it's going to be fine. Probably 47.
It's global warming, man. It's only
Either
cold in
way.
Vegas, apparently.
I'm
don't
only
think it
watching
matters.
this game because I'm in Vegas.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No one should
Oh, yeah,
watch
you
this
watch
game.
it.
Do not watch
Yeah.
this game unless you put money on this game. It's going to be boring. They should flex it out, get somebody else in there, but apparently we're not doing that.
They can only flex. I think it's like weeks 12 on.
Oh.
So they didn't have any option
Couldn't
to
even
flex.
flex this one.
Can they flex on Thursday night?
Yeah, so they negotiated. Apparently, like one of the big sticking issues on negotiating whether or not it's flexed or not is that the teams themselves want to be able to prepare for it's almost like they get mini bye weeks, because they get a 10-day before the next one. So how are the guys? And they don't like it when you think you're playing on a Thursday and all of a sudden you move the game to Sunday.
But Prime doesn't want to show shitty teams playing when no one's going to turn it on. So
that's why
they'd probably prefer to get these two fuckers off of the.
They'd rather flex every game, but the players' union actually has a big say in this because the players' union, even though there's no stats to back it up, think that more people get hurt on Thursday also.
Oh, Jesus.
They do.
I wonder if that's true.
I think the stats just say it's the same thing.
Same thing.
All right. Next up, Indianapolis Colts going to Germany to play against the New England Patriots, and this is Moose's
lock of the week. Love the Colts. Jonathan Taylor's back. Patriots in our division, they're terrible.
Terrible they are.
They're on the road. They're both on the road. Gardner Minshew with his mustache. ESPN told me not to take Michael Pittman Jr. for fantasy. They were wrong. So I'm all in on the Colts this week.
Let's go.
Woo.
I'm on those Colts too. I like it. I like this one a lot, actually.
I'm leaning on it only because I am not waking my ass up at 6:30 to watch this damn game.
Well,
so.
that's, it's 6:30.
Good luck to you, sir,
Unless
since you're
you
in
stay
Vegas.
up,
You're in
but,
the weird ass time where it's ass early to watch that game.
But with the Colts, they're putting up almost on average 30 a game.
Yep.
The last two were down games for them at 27. And you're going to need it against New England's defense is not bad, right? It's not a bad defense. They let the Commanders put up 24 against them, but Commanders are hit or miss. And it's not actually a home game, which fuck them anyway. 2-7, fuck the Patriots.
Fuck the Pats.
Yes,
Go
this
Colts.
This is a stay away for me. It's a coin flip game.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Uh-oh.
We are all over the place on this one, but mostly it is my lock of the week. I'm going to actually win this fucking lock of the week with the Ravens. They're going to be the Browns at the Ravens. Baltimore's at home. Come on. They fucking demolished the Seahawks.
They really did.
They did a great job. Now, I know the Ravens are a little flaky. I think they still have momentum for this game. -6 is a lot, kind of. Definitely think they're going to crush that. It's going to be a good game. I'm on Ravens all day. Come on, Lamar. Just keep it going. You could start failing after this, but I think this week he's still going to get that momentum and keep it going.
Look,
I know everybody else is
I'm
on them.
on it. Moose is on it.
This guy, though.
I'm on the Browns.
Before you go on the Browns' little rant, I'm going to start out by saying, I know it's a division game. I know it. The two losses the Ravens had are, who knows what happened. One of them was the Colts, and, they're good offense, whatever. I think they're behind them. They're on a run right now. And I think they're looking like a Super Bowl caliber team. This is going to be a situation where which offense shows up, because you got the number 1 ranked, number 2 ranked defenses in the league going at each other. I just got to imagine that the Ravens offense is better than the Browns offense here, right? I know you got Amari Cooper, Deshaun, whatever, Massage King.
He's a creepo.
Why do you like the Ravens here?
They're hot right now.
They're right? You got to run the hot
They're on
hand.
a streak. They're hot. 6 points. They're at home. They got to win this game.
I agree.
They do have
But
to.
why do you like the Browns?
So
Divisional game.
not just divisional game. You look at the 3 games that the Ravens have recently played, right?
Mm-hmm.
They played all NFC teams. NFC teams are not used to playing against Lamar. So you can't simulate him in practice because of how unique he is.
True.
So
They don't have me there. I scattered
the
around.
Browns, on the
Jesus
other hand,
Christ.
play him all the time. They've built their defense to play against Lamar. So realistically, I looked at the points. I'm like, this should probably be about 4.5, but I'm getting 6.
Look,
Do I think they're going to come in and beat Baltimore? Probably not. Do I think it is possible for them to beat Baltimore with the defense they have? Divisional game. Do I think Baltimore's going to win the rest of their games? Probably not. Could be a letdown game for them. Getting 6 points, I think the smart bet's the Browns.
all right. And you like the over on this one, because the under-over is low. It's 37.5. But you like the over. Tell me about
the over.
You like the over, because you think that
Baltimore's been scoring points. Deshaun's going to come out throwing the ball.
Okay.
You're going to see points in this one.
Would I like to come out of this game with like a good back and forth game here? Where also Ravens covered? Yes. Absolutely.
They just need to win by a touchdown.
Because it's a good game, 5-3, 7-2. I mean, like, if the Browns lose this one, 5-4, they start thinking about, are we that team or not? But right now, they're thinking they might be somebody. I mean, they were without Deshaun for some time with injury and stuff, PJ Walker and all that shit. But I don't know.
Well, it's my lock of the week, so let's go Ravens.
Let's go Ravens. All right. Divisional.
Divisional game.
All right. Here we go. This is going to be
this is my lock of the week.
Houston Texans. Houston Texans at the Bengals.
It's only because Monkey hates me, that's all.
No, it's not because of that. It's because I like to win money on betting.
All right, it's your lock. Why?
So here's why it's my lock. Bengals last week played a fairly decent team.
Fuck you.
Dominated them for the most part.
Okay, did not dominate.
Dominated. The game was over after the first drive.
Oh my God.
Houston
why we don't
Houston
invite
won
people.
a big game against Tampa Bay, right? C.J. Stroud, rookie quarterback's coming off the greatest statistical game of any rookie quarterback in NFL history.
True.
Is he going to emulate that? No.
No.
Bengals are a good team. They got a rough start in the beginning. They should probably win this 10 points is what I think. So I think they easily cover. They're going to dominate Houston.
Jesus.
Yeah, like this is one where I'm staying away from it just because, C.J. Stroud, it's like, well, there's two things. One, which C.J. Stroud are you going to get? So are you going to get the one that lost to the Panthers? Or are you going to get the one that threw 470 last week? But he threw 470 against not that good of a team. The Bengals.
In good weather. Were they home?
They were home.
So they're in a dome.
Yeah.
They're going to play in Cincinnati. It'll be cold. It'll be windy.
Look, the Cincinnati's defense showed up last week big time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they looked really good. There was games before that they didn't look that good. And so I don't know.
I feel like they've hit their stride. This is they always start bad in September. The last couple of years. What's their quarterback's name again?
Burrow.
Burrow's been hurt in September the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Comes back in October, November, plays well, starts dominating.
Defense yards per game are in the bottom 5 of the whole league. What's up with that?
Defenses are streaky.
Yeah.
It's an offensive league now. I'm not worried about that.
Who is the best pass rusher?
For
Cincinnati.
what's his name? Hendricks or something?
That's exactly why. I don't know. No idea. You got to get after this guy,
It's still his lock of the week
It's my
because
lock
he
of the
hates
week.
Christine and he wants the Bengals to win.
I love Christine. I just don't love the Bills.
You're on the Bengals too.
I'm on him. Joe Burrow's back,
He's back, right? I mean, the last couple weeks he's looked back.
and it's at Cincinnati.
Yeah, I was listening to somebody
It
on
is
that.
hard. I have to go to all the stupid fucking towns to go play the good teams like the Chiefs. We have to go to the Chiefs. We can't just be in Buffalo. But the Broncos come to Buffalo. Stupid. Annoying.
Yeah, I would lean on the under a little bit here. I think it's a lot of points. I don't think that as much as Cincinnati's been winning. They're not like putting up ton. But
My biggest concern is Jamar Chase, though.
they said he might not play.
Yeah,
He might
he's
not. He's day to day.
Right.
They always say that though. It's like a guy who finished a game. He played after he got. It was a
Yeah.
weird thing. If anybody didn't see it here, his back is just right on the turf.
He didn't really do much though
Yeah, it's true.
after that hit.
Yeah, and I know they said he did not feel good, but shoot him up, Doc. Right?
Yeah, let's go, Jamar.
All right.
Moving on, we got
Moving
the
on.
Niners at Jaguars. Now I know one person at this table loves T-Law so much.
He's got posters in his
It's
bedroom.
really hard. It's like it's like he's
I like
got
betting
instinct
the-
posters.
I like betting the
This one-
Jags.
Oh my god, so much.
They make me money.
And I'm taking the Niners on this. One, just because he's annoying as hell with the T-Law love, and every time I bet on T-Law, it's awful. The Niners are coming off a bye. McCaffrey should be in better health than he was right before they went on the bye. He wasn't doing too well. He's had time to kind of recuperate. And the Niners need this. They were like, the magical team, just like the Dolphins, just like the Bills, and they're starting to fall just like we are. They need this as much as the Dolphins and Bills need some fucking wins. And I think the Jaguars, they've won the last 5. Like, they're due for a loss. So that's my...
Look, the Niners were 5-0, and then they're 0-3.
3 in a row.
So it's like the opposite of what you think about with like the Ravens and talk about riding a hot hand. But do they need a snapback game to show everybody that we're the
legit.
team? They got
We're
Debo back.
Right. And I'm betting the lean. The lean that the Jaguars with all their W's is not going to hit a W this time.
So you're betting against the lean.
I'm betting against
You
the
want
lean,
to go
excuse me.
back.
Betting against the lean.
I don't know. I like the Jags. They're at home getting 3 points. They're healthy. They're coming off a bye. They've had 2 weeks to prep for the Niners. Niners aren't really that good as.
Did they figure
as
Purdy
road,
out?
As road favorites, Niners are not that good against the spread.
I heard that people talk about traveling across the country. I heard it's harder the other way though.
So East Coast going West Coast.
That's what I heard. It was harder to do that. I mean, I think it's probably because
It's a longer flight.
It's a longer flight,
Yeah.
right?
That time.
I mean, that's a five. This is going to be only maybe a 4-hour flight, maybe to get over there. You like the Jags?
I like the Jags.
I don't like
Why?
two teams. Sorry, you got
Go ahead.
I was interrupting there.
Rude.
I apologize.
What do you-
My point is, I don't like. You have two good teams. You have the home team is a home dog. I think the smart play. Is
Oh,
the
right. You
Jags.
love the home dog.
It's
thing.
true. I mean, they've been.
That's his thing. Home
Because
on
they
the
don't have to
road.
win; they just have to cover.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I like the Jags. Like Monkey said, they're coming off a bye. San Francisco's flying to the East Coast. Brock Purdy, did they figure him out? Maybe. 3 in a row they lost, but they did get that. Who'd they get? Chase Young?
Oh yeah,
Commanders, so-
they got Chase Young is a big one, right?
They got 2 stud DNs with Bosa and Young now.
I mean,
That should be interesting.
right? Like, who are you going to double? You can't double everybody.
You can't.
It's definitely a game to watch.
Well, is Purdy? That's it. Is Purdy okay now from the concussion? Because didn't he get knocked out the last game? He's cleared, but is he 100% okay?
Well, he wasn't on the injury report, so.
and
Yeah.
he came off a bye. I think he
No, I think he was. They said he was cleared like that game.
Right, but he was still knocked out.
Well,
You're a wrestler. You know that you've been knocked out before, and you just kept going. So.
Yeah, it didn't end well.
but it is true. Like, it is true that as a quarterback, right? It's one thing if you're like, the receiver, a little concussed, whatever. Is it going to make him run a little bit slower before he breaks his? Probably not. A quarterback, though, his timing of it, split-second decision, 0.2 seconds. Is it interception or a fucking touchdown? You know,
Thread
like-
the needle.
Yeah. Thread the needle, something that Zach Wilson couldn't do last week. All right. Move on. Oh, we got a lot of stuff going on in this game. We got New Orleans Saints going to the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, this is one where you're going to have Josh Dobbs now having 1 full week of practice, right? But then you got the Saints coming off another win. They're rolling a little bit. 2 5-4 teams. This is a game I actually want to watch. Who wants to start? I mean, I like the over 41 here because I think Dobbs put up fucking 31 last week. I know it's like not the best defense, but against the D'Amico Ryans defense, whatever.
I'm just leaning on the over. I don't want to put money on this game,
No, and I
but
like-
I see
Saints
it
have a better
happening.
defense. I think he's not great, but I still think Derek Carr's the better quarterback.
Me too.
So I lean Saints on this one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so. As far as my preseason bets, I went Derek Carr over 35-50 yardage and Michael Thomas over 729. Both of them are on pace to crush, and that's with Derek Carr actually missing a little bit. But that's why I think it's going to be a good game in turf and stuff. They're both used to domes.
Yeah, I just don't want to contradict myself like Monkey. Dogs at home. You gotta take the home team.
Yes.
Shots fired on that.
Thank you, Moose. Finally, somebody. Oh, I like it.
I like
pew,
it.
Pew
I feel attacked
Oh, are your feelings hurt?
a little bit.
Okay, good. Moose did his job.
I'll get it.
Justin Jefferson will not be playing probably, but he's back to practice, so
He's
you
got
might see him in a few weeks.
more, 21 days, I think.
Look, the Vikings, if they string this win, if they get this win here, and they're talking 6-4, getting Dobbs up and running and stuff like that, and Jefferson back and all that, they could be, playoff team that will go out in the first round again, just like they did with Kirk Cousins.
You gotta let go of Derek Carr. He's not a Raider anymore.
Oh yeah, we said he was a Giants fan. I'm not sure.
Wow, I'm Giants fan.
Giants fan, Raiders fan.
DeVito.
He's the only Giants fan that has complete tickets to the Raiders every.
Well, because I live here.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, I had Jet season tickets for about 6-7 years.
That's true. Yeah, he just likes to party.
Just that's true. I like the part.
Got to see the Fins once a year.
Once
That's
a year.
true.
Good Lord.
Well, the one thing I would say before this game goes by is that Alvin Kamara, right? We were sending this around, a little bit of almost like seems like a meme to me, but it's literally true. Where if you took Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey and you put their stats side by side in terms of carries, yards per carry, receiving yards, rushing yards, everything literally is almost exactly the same. And nobody in their right mind, whatever, nobody in the NFL would say that Kamara and McCaffrey in the same conversation as how good they are. They always say McCaffrey, right?
Right.
Who's more reliable?
I don't know.
Probably Kamara.
I would say Kamara.
Yeah,
Right?
Who has better morals?
Debatable.
Debatable. I don't know if that's debatable. I think it's
And
pretty.
they came into the league the same year, right?
Same year.
Same year.
Right. So it's like,
I'm a McCaffrey fan all day.
Yeah.
Over Kamara.
I don't know. Anyway, all right, moving on. Next game. Green Bay Packers at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So apparently I'm the only one betting this game because I'm a weirdo. But
I bet it.
You bet it. Oh, so because I thought you were leaning on it. You liked it a little bit.
All the ones that I liked, I bet those.
You
two.
bet them also. Okay.
So you
he's
gotta
on.
fix
All
a
right,
bunch
so
of
let's give you guys some action, some airtime here. What do we got? Why do you like it?
all right, well I'm taking the Steelers because Green Bay is terrible. Steelers have the most received turnovers, and then going against Love, he's got the worst stats. And the Steelers are at home. I think this is a good one. The terrible towels came to fucking the Raiders, and they crushed it. They took over the entire Raiders stadium. We were embarrassed to even be looking around. It was awful.
That was terrible.
It was very bad.
Seeing them wave in your face.
Yeah, Pittsburgh travels well.
They
I was at
travel
a
very
Jets
well.
Pittsburgh game, and it was.
They're good fans.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
listen,
kinda like-
you get it when you're in Vegas. People are going to make their trip to Vegas because, I get to be in Vegas. But that was the most we've ever seen. Even the Giants, they ran pretty hard last week, not like the Steelers.
They're 2 hours away from Buffalo. It's the same type of people, right?
Right,
They're the same
exactly,
type of savage.
And that's
people.
why I'm going with the Steelers on this one because they're like my people.
Right.
Why are you going with the Steelers? Because
So similar. Jordan Love sucks. He's just a bad quarterback.
just a bad quarterback.
I know he had
Kenny Pickett's not great. He's
Yeah.
not much better, but I think their defense is just way better. They got J.J. Watt playing.
Deontay Johnson's
JJ,
back last week.
TJ.
T.J. Watt.
TJ
One
Watt.
of those Watts
Who
are playing.
cares? It's the same thing. They look the same. They act the same. A lot.
Either way, their defense is just way better than Green Bay's. I just think they're a better team than Green Bay. I think generally the AFC is just better teams than the NFC right now. So
Who'd Green Bay
I
just
think
beat?
Oh,
forget.
yes,
Who the
they
fuck did
did
they
just.
They had a big win as like that. I can just picture.
But it was another crappy team.
Jordan
though.
Love hugging the coach. Oh,
Yeah.
we did such a good job. Yeah, it was
Didn't
by
he just
he's
beat
done,
the
they're already talking about
Saints?
getting rid of him, getting a
The
new
Rams.
quarterback.
the Rams.
Oh, the Rams.
So-
Well, that's a
Oh,
very
they just beat the Rams with Brett Rippon at quarterback.
Yeah. So
Hey, I hope Aaron Rodgers is texting. I'm not sure, but he's like, Jordan Love, yeah, you doing good, bro. And then he's like, gives that emoji.
so they beat the Rams and they beat the Bears. And I don't know who else. They beat one other team.
Yeah, look, I think I'm leaning the same way too. Steelers at home. I think the Green Bay's not good. All right, moving on.
Not worth that much talking about.
All right, this is a game where nobody's betting it. Well, actually, no. He said
bet
that.
it. I
he
bet it.
Well, I mean, mostly all on the Titans here. Will Levis just been named starting quarterback going forward.
Kid looks good.
Kid looks pretty good.
You
were
were
at the
good
game.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you were there, right?
It was at that Falcons game, 4 touchdowns. I started DeAndre Hopkins, 3 touchdowns. He didn't look good last week, though.
He wasn't terrible.
bad. It
though.
wasn't that bad.
They didn't lose because of him. I don't know. I didn't put a lot on it. I just
Yeah.
looked at the game. Who do I like better? I like Tennessee better.
It's a coin flip. I mean,
Coin flip game, I feel like. So I put a little bit on it.
Tampa's not really. It's not a crowd thing here. Tampa's not the.
And I think Tennessee's coach is just way better. Than,
Rabel,
Todd
yeah.
Bowles is just.
Hey, come
terrible.
on, that hurts my heart.
Oh no, it doesn't. They do it shitty
Vrabel's
way.
probably one of the better coaches in the league.
I agree.
Todd Bowles probably fired at the end of the season.
I mean, we'll see. They got to win this game, right? If you're Todd
Yeah,
Bowles, you're looking at it literally thinking about your job.
Yeah, and
If you could fight to be 8 and 9, then
maybe
maybe
he's got a
you gotta-
shot, but I don't think so.
It's like I had Tom Brady last year, and it's like, that's a good impression.
Might have to cut that part. out.
I'm not cutting it.
No, you're gonna
That's
cut
a
it.
good impression. Good impression.
Okay, moving on.
Ooh, Falcons at the Cardinals. 2 birds. I don't know why there's a lot. I was thinking about this when I was putting the logos up here. A lot of birds as logos. You got the Seahawks, the Falcons, the Cardinals. Why are we obsessed with birds and not as many animals? Why couldn't it be like the muskrats or the fucking, possums?
You got to pick something tough.
I mean,
Do you think a muskrat could beat a
you
cardinal?
think a dolphin is tough?
No, but they're
beat up
very
sharks.
No, they're a sexual animal.
Right.
Yeah,
All they
that's
do is
what
rape things. That's about it.
That's right.
They're sexual.
They're rapists. Okay, well, anyways, no one's betting this stupid game because no one gives a shit. Kyler Murray is starting. Woo fucking who. He's not even probably excited himself. He'd rather just keep playing his video games. Falcons are looking better, but it's not worth the bet. It's not worth the time to watch,
I think,
in my opinion.
if I'm not mistaken, Taylor Heineke is starting again, right?
No.
I think he's starting again for the
Falcons.
right.
I don't know.
Ritter's not starting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Either
know.
way, does it matter?
Yeah, no one cares. No, exactly. No one cares about this.
My thinking is I don't want to bet again. It's like Kyler Murray, new offense. He's coming in. I don't really know what to think.
I don't like it.
You're leaning the Cardinals.
Just stay away from me.
Again, dogs at home. Kyler Murray's back. You got to give the fans something to cheer about.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But maybe they're playing for that number 1 pick.
It's possible.
Tanking.
No, then you wouldn't take
Then
him.
keep Kyler Murray out.
Keep him out.
right.
No, they
because-
got to showcase Kyler Murray, make him look good, so they can trade him.
From what I heard
is true.
before they were even talking about getting him on off of IR and all that, was that if they put him out there, they're actually like leaving themselves out from an injury standpoint with him. If he gets injured, they're on the hook for like I don't know something ridiculous, $40 million, something like that for next year. So they were saying that maybe they wouldn't even put him on the field this year and just let it go and let somebody else take him. Now, you're definitely not doing your fans a service by putting a shitty quarterback on the field, right? But
Their fans are used to losing, though.
True, and yeah, do they have diehard fans? Nobody says, let's go to Arizona because those fans are crazy.
They don't care.
Nobody cares. All right, moving on.
This is a stupid game.
All right, next up, those 6-2 Lions, and if I'm not mistaken, coming off a bye or no?
Yes. Yes.
Are they?
Lions coming off of
Coming off a bye,
bye.
going to the Chargers. Now, the Chargers, I could detest. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. Chargers, what do you think about them?
Well, they're going to suck. That's why
No,
I
I'm
took
just
the
saying
Lions.
the Jets should have beat them, but it was rigged. And
Oh, that was rigged, but
no.
the Bills-Bengals game was rigged? Okay. All right, let's move on from that.
all right.
I'm taking the Lions. I always take the Lions. I should say
The
always.
Lions
but
to you are the Jaguars to him.
Yes, thank you.
Need it all
I am
over.
hot for Mr. McDaniels, whatever coach.
Not
Daniels.
Dan Campbell?
Campbell,
Dan
thank you, Dan Campbell.
Why'd you say that?
Every
again?
once in a while, you just forget a name, like I did with Burrow. Or,
I'm awful with. If it's not written down, I don't fucking remember.
That guy that plays quarterback for
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
That guy. Yeah. Oh no, it's bad. I can't remember shit.
You know the ogre who's the coach? What's his name?
He cries too much, though. I will say that.
He does cry too much. But who's going to call him out on it? I'm not going to.
I will, just like
Yeah, as a woman.
I will. Tell me, excuse me,
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, you cry too much. So I'm taking the Lions on this one. I'm putting my money there. -1.5 at the Chargers. The Chargers are not that good. Some of us may think that they are. And that travel, I don't think is going to affect the Lions. They're coming off of a bye. They really still have a little bit more to showcase. They got demolished 2 weeks. If they were off a bye, maybe 3 weeks ago, however many weeks it was. I know they won the game after that, but they need another good win. And the Lions have just been really good at covering for me. Sorry, and I think that this is going to be that game again. So go Lions -1.5.
I actually think that obviously the Jets are bad. So the Chargers beat them and stuff. I feel like the Lions with the bye, that's going to give them an advantage here. I mean,
That's
good
your 2
weather.
cents?
That's it. Coming off a bye, Dan Campbell and the team are back. St. Brown, all those guys, everybody's healthy now.
I agree. I bet the Lions too.
bet
I'm a
the
little
Lions.
bit nervous about it just because, I don't know, it's in LA, but they don't really have fans, so I don't really feel like they actually get home.
No, they have that one lady.
Let me
fan.
ask you a
That's the only
question.
fan they have.
So we all know we're Herbert,
Which fan?
The one. The,
Marianne Doe.
Yeah. Don't try to get us to get more details out. Just Marianne.
Can you describe her?
Yeah. No.
But Herbert, what's his winning record?
Justin Hebert?
Hail Mary.
I don't believe in him.
28
You
and
don't believe in
28.
him.
28 and 29.
But you don't want to put your money on the Lions.
I don't, but
50-50.
Dan Campbell, he was a interim head coach for the Dolphins years ago. And you know what?
forgot
The
about
team rallied behind him. I wish they would have kept him, but he was a defensive coach. You got Montgomery coming back this week. Not
Maybe
sure.
this should be a team you put your money
They
on.
might have a crowded backfield,
Yeah,
but
this bet.
they're on the road. Chargers coming off a big win. Jets have a good defense.
That's
but-
true, yeah,
And
but-
they travel to the East Coast.
Herbert threw for 136 yards. It wasn't like a big.
That's not good at all.
No. Guess who? I'm going to give you a quiz here, and I feel like I'm leading the witness on what the answer is going to be. Guess who, in one-score games, leads the league in interceptions in the fourth quarter out of all quarterbacks since coming into the league 4 or 5 years ago?
Justin Herbert.
That's
No,
right.
yeah.
Isn't that a fucking
4 or
crazy
5
stat?
years
I was
ago?
going to say Josh Allen.
I would have said
Oh
it right
my
too.
God.
I probably would have said
That's
the same
true.
thing.
Yeah, he does have large.
I do think the Chargers are probably top to bottom the more talented team than the Lions. I think they have one of the worst coaches in the NFL.
Who do you think's a better quarterback, Goff or Herbert?
Herbert's not even close. Herbert's by far better.
I don't know.
Well, either way, we're both betting on the Lions, so.
The Lions.
Yeah, I'm
probably
betting
have
the Lions. Because I think Staley's probably one of the worst coaches in the NFL. To have that roster and only be 4-4,
Yeah.
you're terrible.
Dude, that one Keenan Allen catch against the Jets where he jumps up and it's like a one-hander and he spins around. It's like,
Keenan Allen's the man.
he's so good.
I
They
got a
got a-
shrine to him in my basement.
Do you?
They got all pros at every position in defense. They got all pros at every position.
All
in
right, well,
offense.
people, I'm actually betting on the Lions, so maybe we can move on now.
I bet the Lions too.
All right, well,
their
we're doing
quarterback, their coach is just terrible.
We're just
All right.
loving on the
Well-
Chargers. What the hell?
What about this one where some of us have some stock in the game, maybe not? New York Giants, divisional game, going
Jersey.
to Dallas Cowboys.
Ugh.
Spread is 16.5.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Tommy DeVito at quarterback.
Smart bet is the Cowboys.
Not enough.
I mean, I just can't do it because I'm a Giants fan, so I'm just going to stay away from it. But the smarter bet is the Cowboys. They're gonna roll over them. Cowboys at home, coming off a tough loss. This is where Dak thrives. It's a shit team. He'll look good in this game. People will think he's good again. Then he'll play somebody good and he'll lose.
Yeah, that's true.
I 100% agree. They played the Jets earlier in the season, and it was like they won. Was it by 25 or 30 points?
Yeah.
40 to 10. I don't remember what it was. And that's what he does. He plays really good against shitty competition.
Kind of want to put money on this now. I'm leaning, but
Dude,
I might
I-
actually throw some.
I might too. I mean,
few dineros on this one because
but you like the over. Why is
yeah,
that?
I like the over. I probably should have taken the Cowboys again. 16.5 is not enough.
What score did you say?
I'm thinking it's going to be 40-0. Sorry, Giants fans.
Well, what was it? The last game was 42-0. So I mean, it's not that far fetched.
Yeah, it's possible.
my
Was that
God.
with Danny Dimes?
Yeah, that was Danny Dimes was
Now
playing.
you got
so,
DeVito, so.
So now with DeVito, and that was in New York.
I'm putting money on the
I'm
Cowboys.
gonna put my-
Yeah,
all
forget this. We're not leaning. We're putting our money on
We're
the
putting money on
Cowboys.
the
You guys
Cowboys.
convinced us. I don't know why you're not betting on the Cowboys. This is
16.5 seems so
Oh,
bad.
I get it.
Right?
Okay.
Nobody's going to put a 25-point spread on it.
can't
This is one of the
embarrass
highest spreads that you're going to see.
Yeah.
But I get it.
I get it.
They can't touch 17.
And Waller's
That's
out.
bad.
Waller's out too.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right. So we're all.
Mental no. We're putting money on this.
This is the honorary lock of the week. It's the second lock, but actually, I said I wasn't going to bet it. We just convinced ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Betting
These
the Cowboys.
two convinced us. Let's go.
And his bet for the over probably going to hit because the Cowboys score 40-something, and maybe DeVito gets one, maybe a three-point
Maybe a field goal.
Field goal.
Yeah.
garbage touchdown at the end. Somehow Saquon breaks one off or something. They
That
might
could be.
score that way, but that's about it.
All right. Let's move it on.
2.
All right. Washington Commanders versus the Seattle Seahawks. This is my lock of the week. You gotta go. Whoa.
You going Commanders?
Commanders. I was gonna sweat the fuck.
Oh, he is.
Commando.
Commando.
Ew.
You got to go Seattle Seahawks on this one. I know they just put up a terrible game, 37-3 versus the Ravens. Got embarrassed. I mean, it really was embarrassing. But look, they were on the road. They're back home, right? 12th man, Seattle. They got the crowd behind them. Is Sam Howell any good? I don't know. They beat the Patriots last week by a touchdown. Probably an even game
That's
either
true.
way. Not really sure that they're any good. But I'll tell you what, very something interesting here. We got Pete Carroll coming off of a loss, the next game covering at a 60-something% against the spread rate.
69%.
You wish.
You wish.
I think it's 62.
Even better stat. Teams that are winning over 60% winning. Their record is over 60% wins in games that are after week 10 or after, coming off of a 20-plus point loss.
No one's listening to this anymore.
Guess what the rate they cover the spread is? 87%.
Okay.
87% of the time, teams with a 60% record coming off a 20-point loss after week 10, 87% of the time, will actually cover. So I'm betting the Seattle Seahawks. Geno Smith, get your shit together, buddy. Okay? Fuck Sam Howell. Fuck the Commanders. Let's go.
Well, really, it should be fuck Geno Smith, but Geno Smith, make us some money and fucking pull out a fucking win over here with your
I agree.
face that got punched in by the Jets.
Right?
player.
Commander? Commanders.
I bet Seattle too. They're just a better team. Commanders traded top
Their
two
whole
defensive
defense.
players.
That's the big
They got-
part.
they're just Seattle's coming off that loss. They're going to be hungry. I think they'll stomp them.
93%
They're going to
of,
win by 2 scores.
93% of the public is on Seattle with us. So
All right, so we're going to probably lose that bet then.
we're probably going to lose it. But you're right, though. Trading away those stud pass rushers.
Yeah.
And you're going to let Geno sit back there? I mean, they have a pretty good offense when he has time.
They have good receivers, good running back.
Yep.
You're on it, too.
I'm on it.
All right.
Oh, see,
Why am I
okay,
on it? They're coming
hold on.
off a loss,
Listen.
and they traded away their defense.
Every once in a while, the public wins too.
Oh, absolutely.
So
We're all on it. Consensus bet, right? You got to push your chips in on this one with the public. We're all going in there. And what do they know? What do the books know? What do the books know? What do the casinos know?
Vegas,
What does Vegas know?
everything.
everything.
They know the direct line to NFL saying, hey, can you make the refs not call that tripping
So
call?
here's the only thing that would scare me a little bit now.
Okay.
Where'd the line start at?
I don't know.
So if the line hasn't moved and 90% of the money is coming in on the Seahawks,
Yeah, then you think that they know something.
they know something. So
But like you said, every now and again, the public's got to win.
public wins, they get it right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So we're kind of just hoping that Howell has a bad game.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the bet. Uh-oh. New Jersey Jets.
Ooh.
She was going to say it anyway. She was gonna say, everybody who's watched, she's going to say it. Going to the the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders. Look, Mark Davis, I think he got rid of his bowl cut. I don't know if you saw that recently. Got a haircut, looks a little bit differently.
It's really there. It's really
They-
there.
look,
That
they
was
had
a
a-
joke.
They're coming off a good win against those Giants.
They're pumped, clearly.
Against a third string quarterback. They did a good job.
Ruined
Look,
my
one thing
money
for
line
me,
bet.
as a Jets fan, by the way, salute to service, right? Shout out to all the veterans out there. Veterans Day on Friday. We're releasing this on Thursday, but we love you all. Thanks for your appreciation to the country. Thanks for what you do. And we should be doing better for you. Better health care, better housing,
Dear
better
God.
mental health care. All right, let's move on.
Move on.
Anyway, I just think this one, the Jets, the only thing that fucking scares me the most, Max Crosby and that fucking defensive, they're coming at you, and they're embarrassing every quarter. I mean, he is, though. It's like
He is.
the Jets have a beaten up O-line. It scares me. But you got the Jets defense, who are fucking awesome, against a rookie quarterback.
And realistically, I think the Jets should probably be favored by 3. If you look at the Raiders, fired their coach, fired the offensive coordinator. They came out that last game pumped up. How much does that guy really? How much does Antonio Pierce really know the playbook?
No.
Calling plays. Now they beat the Giants with a third-string quarterback, team that was pretty much ready to give up anyway. So the line's probably a little bit inflated because they put up 30 points. They're not putting up 30 points against the Jets.
They're definitely not.
So
Hence the under.
This is, I mean, this is where we got, you guys are thinking about the
Oh,
under here.
we're also not wanting you to win and being quiet about it. At least I am.
Look, we got a Dolphins fan and a Bills fan.
We're like not excited for you to
Not
win
really,
this game.
yeah, I'm not really going to
Wish
put
you
my
had
stock
more
into
of a challenging schedule ahead of you.
I'm betting the Jets money line.
13-7 Jets.
What, actually, let me ask you this: why don't you want to bet a money line versus the minus 110 at the 1.5? Just in case it's a 21-20 game. What is that? 17-16 game.
That's true. I probably should maybe put a little bit more money line on them.
I don't know. Did anybody learn anything from the Bucks Texans game where I lost that fucking bet over not kicking an extra?
God.
Oh, the kicker got hurt. I mean, that's
Well, like apparently anything is possible, and
But
I learned that this week.
No, the kicker got hurt, but he also just knocked down a field goal for them to go the go ahead field goal.
no. They went for a touchdown. They got a touchdown to go.
No, It was like two series before that.
Is that when he got hurt though?
No, the running back came in and kicked a 32-yard field goal.
The running back kicked the field goal.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He's the
Oh, yeah,
backup
yeah,
kicker.
I was saying that.
So it was like he already
They were all
kicked
like,
one.
ah.
So it's like
but
now it's like they're worried a little bit. Like, all right,
blocks it, they return it.
I
Now
know.
it's tied.
that was a crazy game though. We were actually going into the stadium to watch the Raiders versus the Giants. And all of a sudden, the game is there because we bet it. So instead of watching the kickoff, we're watching the little 13-inch TV to see whether or not the Texans are going
I've
to
never
cover.
seen something happen like that before. where they
Unbelievable.
just Gave
You-
up and did not cover.
Yeah, if
motherfuckers.
you're so you bet the what?
Texans. He bet the Bucks.
I
He
bet the
fucking
Texans
won.
and the Bucks.
I knew that would happen.
No, you didn't. Fuck you. You know I should have won and you should have lost.
The spread is 2.5.
But, sorry.
No, I'm just gonna explain the situation. Spread is 2.5. Texans go up by 2 points. They're just gonna kick the extra point to be up by 3, right? Which is up by a field goal. You figure if they kick off again, there's
Just
10
everything
seconds left.
normal. You're just supposed to do everything normal and then the game ends.
The Texans did have their kicker get hurt earlier, but their backup kicker, which is their running back, did kick a 32-yard field goal in that game. Instead of putting him out there because they didn't want to jeopardize the fact that a kick gets blocked and it goes back the other way, and then they scored 2 points and all of a sudden your game is tied, they kneeled the ball on the 2-point conversion. And basically, your Texans bettors, who should have been up by 3 and won the game, lost. And your Bucks bettors, they knew the whole time that was going to happen.
I knew.
They walk around saying how good they are at betting, and
But
they
they also went for it on 4th and 9 and scored a touchdown where they probably would have kicked the field
Is
goal.
that true?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to kick a 45-yard field goal with this guy.
Right. But they probably would have if the kicker was
Who
there.
cares?
Sure.
We're talking
So,
about what happened at the very
they
end,
scored a
and they could have
touchdown
no.
on that play. So,
Oh, stop it!
So
You
you're
got
saying that,
very,
like,
very lucky.
so
If the luck was in the other way where the
Luck-
kicker doesn't get hurt,
right.
then maybe they
Then
would
kick the
have.
field goal. Then they only win.
Goes
They
to
go-
over-
goes to overtime.
goes to
and they
overtime,
lost.
the
Who
Texans
knows
win
what
by
happens.
6.
Right.
This is what I'm dealing with this person every fucking Sunday. This guy clown.
Well, anyway, moving
She
on.
just deals with the fact that I win.
All we do is win.
Not the Giants though.
Anyway, Sunday Night Football. We were going to be there at this Jets and Raiders game. I'm going to have all my gear on.
Can't
we're going to go
wait.
out there. We're hoping the Jets fucking turn out. And we're also hoping
we're
that
not.
Zach Wilson can get the ball out of his hands quick. I don't understand why they don't roll this guy out of the pocket. Mobile guy. Move the pocket for him.
Away from Max Crosby.
Away from
Away from Max
Literally
Crosby.
away
Maybe
from
if
him.
you could just look
Yeah.
around and see if Max Crosby is coming once in a while, that might help it.
Well, I
but
feel like
he
the
doesn't
Jets'
seem to do
offensive
that.
line. I mean, they got a lot of good guys there, and they should.
I know, it's bad. They actually, one of the guys from last week is now, they said he might have broke his hand.
Well, they're about the
Worried
equivalent to DeVito.
Yeah. So, one thing that Zach Wilson doesn't do a good job of is his pocket presence and feeling pressure. And we saw, like, it's Bosa's coming off the edge, right? I mean, first of all, you would think that as a quarterback, if you don't want to look downfield, you're going to be looking at Bosa. No, he's not looking at him. And then he's pushing the tackle right into him, and Zach Wilson's just looking downfield, not feeling this guy's like a foot and a half away, strip sack. And it's like, God, man, what are you doing? I appreciate that you're looking downfield and everything, but you got to get out of there, throw it away, do something. So I don't know. I feel like the same thing's going to happen with Max Crosby. I'm hoping, though, this time, there was a couple times where the Jets almost took the ball away last week. I mean, there was fumble, didn't pick it up. I mean, the guy, instead of jumping on the ball, the guy tries to pick it up and run with it. Stupid. A dropped interception. The Jets need this shit to win with Zach Wilson.
Can you repeat the Jets' defensive stat? First time in 20 years that a team lost.
Oh, yeah. It was the first time, I think, in history that a team has held the opposing team to under 200 yards of total offense and
Had 5 sacks.
had 5 sacks and lost by more than 20 points. It's terrible.
I think we should talk about the Jets.
So
some
this
more.
is the team that we're betting on.
right, not me,
Yes.
not Moose and I.
Well, hey, look, that's
We're
Sunday Night
just-
Football.
We're there for the drinks. We're just gonna.
We'll be
Drinks and the
there.
defense.
Oh, man, if you like punting again,
Woo!
it's going to be a good
Pump
punting
Fest. Love Pump Fest.
game. Look, I'm rolling with the team. If they lose this one and go 4-5, you start looking at the Aaron Rodgers situation and going, it's unrealistic. It's not going to happen. If you go 5-4, but again, Raiders are looking at the same thing, going, hey, shit, if we go 5-5,
They got a shot.
we got a shot. But
Everybody's
All
got
right,
shit.
last game of the week, Monday Night Football. Everybody's going to get a chance to catch up on all their losses and bet on this game on Monday night.
Oh God, I do not
Denver
trust the
Broncos
Bills.
going to the Bills. Look, none of us are betting it, but we might change our minds. We'll see what happens. But 7.5 spread. If this was 6.5, I'm taking Bills all day long. The whole touchdown and maybe it's 7. Maybe you buy it down to 7. I don't know.
And
What do you guys think?
The Bills are at home. Forget it. The Bills at home is a whole nother situation. I know that's stupid, but it is very true.
Didn't they just lose the last home game?
No, it was Giants, and they just barely won.
Barely beat the Giants.
Barely
so.
beat the Giants.
A lot of hope here.
Yeah, but
No, but I think this is the type of game Buffalo just rolls.
You think so?
Even at 7.5. If I haven't done well for the week, I'll put my money on Buffalo and try to make that money back.
I do not encourage that. Just to be honest with you, I'm very afraid of the spread.
That's
But,
not smart betting.
yes. But do
It's
not bet
res-
the fucking
it's not-
Broncos.
It's not responsible betting, but once in a while you got to be a degenerate. And if you're
You
losing,
now you're allowed to do that though. He can't do it.
No, you don't want us to win.
You're going to be on a plane probably anyway, and then you don't
I'll
want
be
the
home
Bills
to
to
see this game, but
But honestly, what do you think? You think the Broncos are going to?
you know what? You look at it. You look at their defense, the Broncos. The Dolphins put up 70 points against them. Could have broke the record, didn't.
it was ages ago.
Yeah.
But then they beat. They're coming off a bye, going to Buffalo. Both cold weather teams.
They beat the
You know,
Chiefs because
they beat the
Mahomes was
Chiefs.
dying with the flu, and he
look.
should have been.
As a Jets fan,
Still a
look,
big win.
look at who triangulated it all. The Jets beat the shit out of the Broncos, and they hung in with Kansas City. And probably could have won.
Did beat the Bills.
What's that?
They did beat the Bills.
The Jets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was an easy one. But
Oh yeah, okay. In overtime, barely.
The Bills' defense is suffering.
They are, but we have no one in there. We
dude,
have
Matt
no one in
Milano
there.
being out, that was a big. That was a huge one.
He's a stud. He's a big loss.
Is it
Big.
time to move on from McDermott? I don't know. Could be.
That's what a lot of the Bills Mafia are saying. I will not
Might
talk
be
shit
time.
about
Do you know
everybody,
that?
but that's what they
Speaking of Milano, I think they might be getting like 3rd and 4th opinions because they're not ruling him out for the season yet. And supposedly his knee was demolished, but they're not saying it was an ACL though. It could have been some MCL
They
tears.
never ruled him out for the season. They ruled out Damian Harris because he barely could walk.
My fear on this bet, if you do bet the Bills, is are you betting them just because it's the Bills, and are they? Maybe you're betting them based on
Bills
their
at home.
past,
Bills at
and they're
home.
really
Right.
they're not that team anymore.
No, you're betting on the Bills being at home and Russ Wilson being the fucking Russ Wilson that we all know to be.
Right, but the Broncos are
Let's ride.
the Broncos are only 2 games behind the Bills.
yes,
So
but
you're looking at it-
who have they played? And who have they lost to?
I guess
Crap
But,
teams.
well, I
It's
mean-
different.
they did.
You could
they
argue
did
that
beat,
they're-
they beat the Chiefs
Division game.
Again.
division game.
Yes,
Division
right.
game.
But I don't know. You're right. Maybe you know what? Maybe we'll see them in the Super Bowl this year. Who knows?
Who?
No, but
The Broncos.
No.
But they beat the Chiefs.
Well, I'm just saying that they beat the Chiefs. The Bills can't do that.
Hey, they're coming off a bye.
You don't know that.
Oh, they're gonna go there. They're gonna go in a couple weeks, and we're gonna
Yeah.
find out. But
We'll see.
Yeah, Buffalo's been disappointing. I think everybody knows
Absolutely.
that. They're on the watch list. But I think that if you're the Bills, this is the type of team. If you look back the last couple of years under Josh Allen, they roll on them like you said, and everyone goes, "What are we talking about? They beat the Broncos 40
This
to
is
nothing."
my life.
Okay,
It's a roller coaster.
I do agree that the smart bet is Buffalo, and I do think they'll probably win between 14 and 17 points. They're just going to roll on them. It's going to be
Please.
over quick.
Bills Mafia, be loud.
Buffalo's going to get out there. They're going to get a touchdown early, and the Broncos are just going to give up.
Do we think they could put up 70?
I don't know. We did pretty close against you guys, though. Let me tell you.
That's true. That is true.
That was the most
listen,
embarrassing game I've ever seen in my life.
Bills at home is, and it's silly to say, and I know Patriots fans say the same thing. It's not this. Bills at home is a whole nother fucking entity, and even the Dolphins know. Everybody knows. You go to Buffalo's house, you're fucking, whether it's snowing or a great fall day. It is scary because they know how to play the rules. They know how to get loud when they're supposed to get loud, and when to shut the fuck up when they're supposed to shut the fuck up. So very helpful. I love my Mafia. I say that every week. Go Mafia. When you're at home, do your job because you guys fucking crush it. Every time we're at home, fucking nail it.
Go to Buffalo, cold weather, but the fans are warm and welcoming.
Well, I mean, they're not, first of all, they stand the whole game, and you think, "Wow, what great fans!" No, because they don't want to sit on these
they're
stupid
very
cold.
cold.
seats that they have. It's fucking
And
freezing.
there's nothing else to do, so might as well
Yeah.
stay.
Well, they've been drinking since 8 a.m.
Jumped through tables.
Jumping through tables. One
I
guy
never
was
been
what?
up
He was
there.
in a pit.
Really?
Naked, covered in
Naked.
feces.
He's never been to Buffalo?
I've been to Buffalo, but never went to a game.
Well, we should do it.
dude.
Cold benches.
Cold benches.
No, there's seats.
There's seats.
But no one sits in them. You
can't-
literally have to stand. You're
You
not allowed to
stand, the
sit.
concrete in and of itself is like negative degrees,
Yeah.
so it just goes right through your whole
Yeah,
body.
but
and
if you
you're
go
fucked.
in like September or October, people are still standing and it's
You don't want
fine.
to go to a Buffalo game in that weather. It doesn't
You
represent.
want the negative 19 that we sat
It's
through?
like when we went to Green Bay. You want to go where it's a little bit of bad weather. You don't like it that much, but it's not terrible.
So
Not
even the guy that pays $800 to $1,000 for the front row, he's standing.
standing.
So
No
the guy
one sits.
behind him has to stand.
Everybody
And then
sits.
it's
I don't think they're paying that much. In
Is
Buffalo.
anybody paying that much for Buffalo?
Hey now. Hey now.
The owner's suite is $400.
Also benches.
Don't worry, we got a new
Luxury.
stadium coming. We'll show all of you. New
The
stadium
stadium's
coming
coming.
soon.
New
We just gotta
stadium.
get the naked guy covered in feces out of it first, and then we can start continuing the build. And it probably won't be closed off at all anywhere.
All right, well, that's your Monday night game. Well, let's roll through it really quickly. What we're actually betting. You could screenshot this one and then realize after that you went, I guess it was maybe like 14 out of 14 in bets this week. Although it's impossible because we're betting against each other. But we're laying it out a little bit differently here. We got two extra folks here. Folks. Moose, Monkey.
Old men.
All right, let's start out with Christine. You're the first bet of the week.
I'm
Thursday
the
night
only
football.
one taking Thursday night.
No,
Come on, people.
I'm definitely going to bet this game. I'm not on the roster of betting.
Well,
I'm not
you're
going
the
to put
under. You got the under 39. I have the Panthers for sure. So that's what I'm taking. Panthers plus 35. Apparently, you have the under.
Yeah, I'm going to go the
39.
under on this one. I think it should be probably 13-10. Terrible game. We're out there going, hey, what drink you want next? Oh,
Right.
did you see that play? What play? Oh, it was a punt.
Yeah, if you're sitting at home, do not watch this game. Put Bravo on. Anything else. This is
Bravo.
not. This is not a time to watch football. But we will be out. Might as well drink and watch football.
I think everybody agrees with your bets on that one.
Yep.
Those are the
All right. Next one is going to be the game in Frankfurt, Germany.
That
Colts
neither
and
of
the
you will be
Patriots.
watching.
None of us will be watching it. We'll be sound asleep probably.
Moose's lock. He's got to watch it.
I don't know. Ass early game. I don't think so.
You don't have to watch. Just wake up,
6:30. That's early.
check your balance,
Check my
and
sports app, and
boom.
it's gonna look good.
It's gonna look good. I'm on it too. I love it. All right.
Oh,
Well, this
that's
is
it.
now a big betted game where we're all betting it. A couple of us are betting it.
But it's my lock of the week. The Ravens against the Browns. Ravens -6. I think this should be an easy lock.
I'm on it too.
I got the Browns on this one. I mean, I'm going against all three. Should we have some sort of side bet going or something?
Well, we should have just bet each other so we saved the vig, but you know,
That's not fun.
it's not fun.
Can we just kick you in the nuts when you lose? Maybe we could do
Ooh.
that. You're too old to use them anymore, right? It's fine.
No. Come on. Al Pacino just impregnated somebody.
Yeah, it's like
Come on.
75.
He's got.
All right,
He's
fine.
got
Well,
time.
I mean, we could bet something. I mean, I don't know. Then you'll all owe me.
All right.
Let's think about it.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something
If we
stupid.
find a stupid bet, we'll post it on Instagram that we're gonna bet it.
All right. Then we got the Niners versus the Jaguars.
Uh-oh, you're alone.
This guy here loves the Jaguars ridiculously. Moose, he's just being intelligent. However, I am the smartest of all of us, and I'm taking the Niners.
I'm staying away from that game. Like it's gonna be a good game to watch, but I have no idea what I'm gonna see there, so I'm out.
You guys want to support T-Law in any way, shape, or form?
He's just the better quarterback of the two, by far.
All right, Monkey, this is yours.
This is easy money right here.
Bengals?
Thank you.
It's just an inflated Texans bet. They should probably be favored by 9, and I got them at 6.5. They're going to win by 2 scores. Easy win.
Wow. All right.
I was rolling.
Joe Burrow's rolling.
Moose is on it too.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who's the quarterback of this?
Joe
game?
Burrow. I
Burrow.
got a little tongue tied earlier, but
Okay.
We'll fix it in post production.
yeah, it's all right.
Don't leave it.
All right, Saints at the Vikings, or at the at the Vikings. Yeah, they're at the Vikings.
They're at the Vikings.
Yes.
And I'm taking the over on this one.
Yep.
Liking a lot of points here. Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, Joshua Dobbs. Let's go.
Home underdogs.
Home
Moose
dogs.
pointed out that I contradicted myself
Yeah.
earlier.
Moose is on them.
I got the Saints also, but it's because he's just the better quarterback.
All right. Well,
you don't have the Saints also.
look-
You're the only one taking the Saints. He's
Yeah, but
taking
you-
the Vikings. He's taking the over.
Yeah,
so.
you guys can.
Oh, that's right. Moose is taking.
You guys can go fight against each other, and I'll just take the over. Right? That's the game I
He'll
like.
be the ultimate fighting champion.
No, yeah, you want it to be. I want it to be a back and forth game, but let's see who's the better quarterback. A guy who's got 8 days looking at the playbook, or Derek Carr.
That's a good one. Well, I'm taking the Steelers versus the Packers because the Packers just suck, but Steelers are kind of like Bills fans, so I like it, and I want to see them win. Go Steelers -3.5 at home.
Then you're up next.
And they got their number one receiver back.
Yes.
Deontay Johnson.
Didn't even think about.
I'm liking that better now.
Really?
I do like
That's
that
in
bet, too.
Pittsburgh, right?
Uh-huh. See what I do, people?
Wouldn't
I get them
matter.
going. Get the
Pittsburgh
people going.
travels well.
They do travel
I
well,
like
but
it.
they're at home this one, so it doesn't matter.
Look, they gave up a lot of yards. They're almost last in the league in yards per
Hush.
game on defense, but
Happy
a lot of
wife, happy
takeaways.
life.
Right? Takeaways matter. If you fight 16 takeaways, I think. 8 fumbles.
It's true.
8 interceptions. A lot of yards, but whatever. Who cares if you get the
Yeah.
takeaways?
I think it'll be a fun game to watch, and the Steelers are going to crush it. I also have the Lions -1.5 versus the Chargers. Lions are traveling, but they need this win. The Chargers are not that good, even though they demolished the Jets. We all know why that happened. So going Lions -1.5. That's going to be one of the first Sunday later games, whatever time zone you're in, the later ones.
Giants, Cowboys.
Well, I think I convinced everybody on the board here today that
I think all three of you are betting the Cowboys.
But I think we might bet the Cowboys. You
Right.
it's
might-
going to be 40-0, maybe 40 to
But I think I just want to put all my money on the Cowboys because,
Yeah, it
you know,
feels like
the over might
back
be.
at home.
Danny DeVito under yardage.
Danny
Yeah.
DeVito.
Tommy DeVito. Danny DeVito is the cute little guy that is married to Real Perlman for Cheers.
It's true. All right, and the last
You,
one.
are you upset that I know all that information?
Oh, I wish you knew that much about football.
Whoa.
Wow.
Real Perlman is like 4'11",
that
so
out.
Christine identifies with her because she's like 4'11".
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
why.
5'3", 4'11", same thing. Go ahead.
5'2", maybe. But all right. So I got my lock of the week. Seahawks. Pete Carroll's going to coach his guys up and after getting demolished. Whoa, that was a big sound there. Wow. After getting demolished, Pete Carroll's team is going to come back. They just got embarrassed. 37-3. Easily going to cover against the Commanders who are coming across the country to go to play against the 12th man. All right? Might rain a little bit, but don't worry about it.
They're not bringing their defense, the Commanders, so you're good. You
Oh,
get
that's
the
true.
sacks.
Yeah. And look, Chase Young is gone. Gino's got a little more time against these guys. So,
And who was the other guy? Sweat?
oh yeah, Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
Montez Sweat.
It's
Look
probably
at
the better out of the two.
yeah.
Well, according to the contract he just got, where the Bears just signed him to a freaking big deal.
yeah.
$98 million 4-year deal.
Who signed them?
Bears?
The Bears.
Jesus.
I thought I fucked up. I was like,
We
oh.
don't like this week.
Yeah. Yep. And then the last game, oh boy. Last game we're betting Sunday Night Football. We'll be there. Jets, I'm going to go money line. Monkey's going to go with the points. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a 1.5 points. The point is the Jets should win the game. You don't win against them, you got problems.
Final score 13-7 Jets.
3-0.
It might be.
13-7 Jets.
If it's 13-7 Jets, do you still stay with Zach Wilson after that?
No.
Like, how many games do
You
you just
have to stay with him
until
Aaron comes back.
Aaron
No matter
comes back.
what, if Aaron's ready to go.
But why not just cut bait on Zach and go to Trevor Simeon and freaking get 2 more wins? And then
Sure you
Because
will?
your little man Woody Johnson doesn't
Yes.
want to look
I
stupid
don't
for
think
taking
so.
the first
I don't
pick.
know.
Is Fitzmagic available?
Ooh. No, he'll only play for Buffalo, New York, because he loves Buffalo. That's his favorite team. He says it many times.
I'm looking at the.
How about Cam Newton? You guys want him?
He looks great.
Looking much better now.
No,
huh?
thank you. He's like, I'll talk to the Jets if they're talking about, $7-8 million. I'm not going to talk to them about $4 or $5 million. I'm like, dude, we're not going to sign you for the veteran minimum. The fuck are you talking about?
Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. I mean, good for him, but
Good for him.
good for him that he doesn't want to take $2 million to play for somebody because he probably could have been the freaking backup at the Rams instead of Carson Wentz. But he's probably made some good investments on the side. I don't know, Cannabis, not sure. But anyway, this is great. This is fun with everybody. some special guests. You know,
I
it was
enjoyed
nice.
it. I had a good time.
He's not welcome anymore.
Why?
Because divisional game, home dogs. You know, we are.
The Bills are terrible.
But Moose called him out on a contradiction. So
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for having me.
yeah. Well, look. Final thoughts. What do you think about the Dolphins? And they weren't on the board here. What do we?
Yeah,
give me
Dolphins bye week. Tua upset me last week. They had a shot. He's got to prove himself on the road, big games. He's got to show up. I was happy that they shut out the Chiefs in the second half. Their defense is back together. Ramsey and Howard are back, corners. So we'll see.
And Waddle's fully healthy?
He's been getting injured every week,
right?
so who knows with him.
Because I think you need Waddle and Tyreek to be fully healthy for that offense to go, right? I mean,
Berrios is a good pickup, and A-Chain's coming back next week.
Berrios
Oh, is he really?
He'll be back, yeah. He's off the IR. He's good to go.
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
He's fast as fuck.
He is.
Mostert,
He is.
A-Chain, and fucking Tyreek and Waddle. You're just naming,
Yeah, their O-line also is a little suspect at times.
Yeah.
So
Well, the Jets are gonna play them twice this year.
yeah,
We're gonna see how
quick
that.
games. I think it's 3 weeks apart, maybe 4.
Yeah.
Black Friday
Black
they're playing.
Friday.
Yep, 3:00 game in the Meadowlands.
They
So
play
we'll see
the
how-
Bengals. They play the Bengals this year or no?
No,
Of course not.
Jaguars.
no.
They don't play anybody good. They're waiting for
played
the
the
Bills at the end of the season.
They played the Eagles. We know what happened on that one. I don't know what happened with the Jets game. I forgot, but I believe they
Oh
won.
my God!
Yes, I believe they
You
beat
beat
the
the
Eagles.
Eagles, but you
They
couldn't
did.
do anything against the Chargers. Lay off. It's enough.
When the Dolphins played the Eagles had 0 penalties, and there's video proof all over.
They're a well-coached team.
Jalen Phillips
They're a well-coached
getting
team.
held like crazy, but that's what I'm
Actually,
saying.
did you? There's conspiracy stuff on this
You
exact
shush.
point. Do you know there was some ref that's on the squad that was doing that game? He lives like 20 miles from the stadium. Diehard Philly
Yes,
fan.
I did see that. You never know.
He's actually
That's nonsense.
Probably a meme.
You never know.
All right,
Yeah, you
well,
never know.
Any final thoughts on the Giants?
I'm looking forward to a new quarterback.
Yeah, I get it.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that for a few years, and then we got Aaron Rodgers, and then it worked out for 4 plays. So
Giants did ruin his career with just bad choices. But at the end of the day, it's
he
not
shouldn't have
covered.
went that high.
He shouldn't have gone that high. He was really probably a mid-second to early third-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Went number 6 overall or something.
Yeah, it's rough.
Sucks.
Danny
It was a bad
Dimes?
team. Yeah, bad team.
From
bad
Duke?
GM back then. Didn't put anything around him, but it's just time to move.
And then the ownership said, "Let's give him a 4-year, $160 million deal."
Well, they felt bad.
I want somebody to feel bad for me like
either
that.
way, I'm hoping they get Drake May at this point. I used to
Okay.
want Caleb Williams
And he cried.
after the debacle in that last game. I don't know that I want to see him as a
Yeah, I get it.
franchise quarterback.
He's like an Odell. You don't want another crying pussy.
I want a crybaby on my team.
No, you like passion, but we like balls too.
But putting
Passion,
your
but not
putting your head
crying.
on your mom's shoulder and weeping while she covers you with a newspaper or whatever the hell that was.
I can't.
I don't
see,
even think I've ever done that in my entire life.
I couldn't see.
He's
a scenario.
22 years old, and you're weeping on your mom's shoulder after a loss.
Your mom's bosom. Definitely weeping on her bosom.
Soft.
Soft is all I can say. He won't make it in New York.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just won't. So.
New Jersey.
All right, everybody. Well, let's win some games this week.
Yes, and happy
We love you
birthday to
all.
these two
Happy birthday to
clowns.
these guys. Happy birthday.
Thank you,
Happy
thank
Veterans
you.
Day to everybody out there.
Moose, how old are you?
43.
I'll be 43 also.
Yeah, losers. They all want to be younger.
To the veterans.
Salute.
Salute. All right. Bye, everybody.
He's waving.
Couple of betters.
Cheers, everybody. Hell yeah.
It's a good shot. Fun.
I want to make money. Couple of betters.
Gunshots, ready?
Couple of betters.